Ladies and gentlemen, OCG did a big ol' oopsie. Today I wanted to talk about ethical behavior in Web3 gaming and really where our industry is headed in the future. If you enjoy that kind of content, as always, like and subscribe. But the reason I wanted to go ahead and make this video is, in fact, because of a video talking about transparency that is no longer available. A video that was seen by hundreds, if not thousands, of people in regards to disparaging people, creators, people that have put their life and blood and risked everything in an industry still so young called Web3 gaming. And in fact, this is on-chain gaming's attempt at pretty much coming after everybody because nobody is safe. Nobody's safe. We're all paid shills. Did you know that? Don't trust any NFT gaming creator. They are all paid shills. He had a podcast canceled recently because he wanted to talk about GALA, but guess what? He couldn't do it, so paid shill. You are awful. That's what he thinks. Now, this is in regards to Stash. He did actually mention me on this video, which he so graciously privated. Saw the comment, Jake, if you're listening to this video. But this talked about the fact that Stash, he runs a show where he goes ahead and talks about several topics. Several minutes before this, on-chain gaming cried like a little baby because we wouldn't change the already set topics. So, interesting topic here, but a big reason I wanted to talk about this was because of the fact that I feel like more and more in this industry, do people come after us for the same reasons as individuals like on-chain gaming. They talk about how ethical it is for someone to be paid for doing content, for making videos on YouTube. For example, if you want to know, I'll be 100% honest. In fact, this is not a sponsored video, by the way. I lost $200 making this video. This great video here.
Brand new battle.
Not sponsored at all. But I will say I did have a sponsored video, and I will go ahead and go down until I find it. It's about spider tanks, I promise. There it is. So this is a Spider Tanks Ultimate Beginner's Guide. GALA Games was actually so gracious enough to sponsor this. Thing is, I was actually already going to make a video like this, but they had said, hey, Classy, because you've provided so much value for us, and we feel like you can make banger content, I'd love to go ahead and compensate you for your time. And what I said was, obviously, I'm going to take this. Because guess what? When it comes to a Web3 gaming creator, the argument of you're just being a paid shill and you're not really saying what you want to say means you're dishonest. It's true. It's 100% true. But guess what? When it comes to Spider Tanks, I talk to the team all the time. I roast them all the time about different things about, you know, what they're doing Web3 gaming and how ridiculous the Tiger Tank is. But I've got one thing to tell you. And the one thing I've got to tell you is that I've played 2,557 matches of Spider Tanks. On top of that, I have 2 accounts which are currently in the top 20. One is number 9, one is number 17. I love this game. I think, in my humble opinion, it's the best game in crypto gaming. And I've only been sponsored once to cover Spider Tanks. So theoretically, if I wanted to just go ahead and milk it, I'd cover that video, never play Spider Tanks a day in my life. I don't think I got 2,557 matches worth of my time in compensation, but I covered it anyway because I love covering this game. I love the things that are happening. I love the things that are coming. Are some of them faulty? Are some of them going to come with a ton of different mistakes? Yeah, trust me. I've been through gaming developers. But as it stands, I still love my job. I love being able to play video games and be able to play the things that I feel like will have a genuine impact in this world. And do I think that $20,000 NFTs are going to become the norm in the world? No. On the first episode of Ahead of the Game with GALA Games, I literally told Bitbender, I think your NFT pricing strategy is terrible. I think that needs a change. And I'm more than transparent about these things. I've worked with many other companies. In fact, I have one of my most successful series is Top 10 Crypto Games. You had a Top 10 channel. People have Top 10 channels. That's perfectly fine. I think it's great to go ahead and shout out many of the different crypto games. A lot of those videos, I don't even think a single one of those videos actually has ever been sponsored. It's just we covered Top 10 Crypto Games because we just enjoy covering the space and some of the new things coming out. I've been more than transparent with the fact that, you know, if the game's not good, I'm just not going to cover it. I'm sorry. You know, like, that's just life. People make their money in other places, and that's that. But coming after other content creators and coming after GALA Games after what you've been given is ridiculous. In being on this pedestal and treating people just like second-class citizens in your world, where everybody that supports GALA and what they do are part of the problem. When they're not part of the problem, it's an adaptation of a model that still needs work. There is no guarantee that your model is going to work. And there's a ridiculous amount of money being poured into this. And will GALA succeed? That's questionable. I don't know if it's going to succeed, but I sure as hell am having a lot of fun playing the games that they're producing. And that, I feel, is what a lot of different content creators are feeling. Stash, I'm sure, has been in this space since 2017. He's played a ton of games. He has his selection of games he prefers. I'll be honest, I don't like some of the games that Stash likes, and that's perfectly fine. We've made tier list videos where he thinks my ratings on the sandbox are absolutely preposterous. But I respect the guy. It's just a video game at the end of the day. And coming after companies for their business practices and coming after people after being compensated so much and telling people, hey, you doing that? That's a bad thing. You getting paid for something you genuinely love doing? That's bad. What's good is that I was getting paid thousands of dollars before, and then all of a sudden, I took off my glasses after I stopped getting paid as much. That's an issue. And that's where the fine line gets broken. Because people are being hurt by this. People are being hurt by people constantly coming after them in a negative angle where NFT gaming is the worst thing on the planet, and you're only adding to that sentiment. And covering things unsponsored is perfectly fine. Choosing who you want to work with is perfectly fine. But the big problem is when you start going after other people for their livelihoods, when you start going after gaming companies that you've worked for a very long time and saying that all of a sudden you couldn't talk about what you wanted to talk about, which is not true at all. It might have not have gotten you a sponsorship again, because guess what? If you talk poorly on a company, why would you be working with them in the first place? But if you wanted to stand on a moral pedestal, then you would have cut that sponsorship before they cut you off, right? It's one of those scenarios where someone goes full Karen mode after getting cut off, when in all reality, they made a mistake, they didn't align with the rules, and they got cut off from that. For example, if you wanted to know, I probably shouldn't be talking about tokens, right? I don't think you hear on the channel very often, oh, the GALA token, this and that. I generally don't care, but I genuinely care about the games. I don't care about the token. The token could go wherever it wants. I've said it a million times on the channel. You could literally look at my account. I own like no GALA. I own a ton of NFTs, Silk, a ton of other things because I genuinely enjoy those games. I pour my time into it. The Web3 gaming creator space, a lot of it is unpaid. A lot of it is serious, genuine people that are working their ass off. And when people see that, that's when sentiment will change. When people all of a sudden see the fact that, yeah, that guy is a CSGO YouTuber and he's getting sponsored by, I don't know, some skin site that lets you trade skins. Or maybe he's sponsored by NordVPN. People are coming after people for covering games when people get sponsored all of the time for stuff like, I don't know, I'll be on online. I mean, Josh Strife Hayes was sponsored by Albion Online. And are people coming after him for his review of Albion Online? No, people are not coming after his review. He chose that sponsorship. He said, okay, I'm going to go ahead, do this review on it, and I'm going to get compensated for it. And that's crazy, because someone gets compensated in Web3, they're a shill. But someone gets compensated in regular gaming, they're a saint. Bridging that gap and really teaching people that we do actually, in fact, enjoy playing these games, and we've played thousands of matches on this, and we genuinely want to see this space succeed. That's where we need to be focusing on, okay? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I feel like more and more, as prices go down on things, people just come after people. But we've got to stick together. We've got to be a team. We've got to be a family. So, till the next time, stay classy, and that's all.